Scarpins Avenue.
Dan and Ran and Jay will share tales of folks so unaware they lack in grace and sometimes choose the life they choose will make the news. Breaking down each epic fail in Florida, there's half-price bail. I'm happy to say they couldn't make this up. So listen to our podcast jams with co-host Arm and Dan. Bender, don't be a jerk, cause when the music hits, the funny hits, and we are gonna take you down. Stick around. Make a sound, hunker down, it's Dumb People Town.
Hey, Townies, welcome to a Friday episode of Dumb People Town. Population you. Population Zigrino. Jenny Zigrino. Hi.
Hello.
Nice to see you, Jenny.
What's happening?
Jenny, remember we used to get to meet up in
know.
random cities and hang? It was like the best.
That was crazy.
I know.
The old world.
The good old days.
The old world.
Those were times. I don't know if they were good. I mean, they were better than now, but
There
Right,
were times.
yeah.
We had some
they
times.
were times.
Are we going to always memorialize those times as just being so good, even if they weren't, because it's not now? We're like, oh, I remember that. Meanwhile, back then,
we're gonna get to do it again, and whenever we're annoyed at our airport transportation not being there, we're gonna still be like, man, this is way better than it not happening at all.
No, we won't.
I will.
Humans.
We're
You
dumb.
kidding?
At least for the first few days. I will.
Humans. Yeah, we'll be in 2 weeks after we get the vaccine, we'll just be like, oh, why is service so slow at this restaurant?
I know.
I do want to show you guys. I found my planner
Oh,
Yeah.
God.
from from this year.
Let's see. Can you read
And
anything
man.
from it? Oh, my God. What do you
Let's
have
see.
for February 12th?
Oh, look. This was March.
Oh,
Yeah.
See how full that was?
Yeah.
And at the bottom, it says how much money I was going to make in colleges.
Oh,
Stop it.
damn.
Stop it. That never happened.
Oh, God
This
damn.
was, I skipped February for some reason. This was January.
Dude, you're
Busy.
busy, girl.
Show me
I was
August.
busy.
Let me
Show
see
me August.
of this year.
August doesn't even have dates on it. It's just a blank white piece of paper.
Yeah, it's just a scream. It's just an audible scream.
It starts on the 1st and ends on the 30th.
Let me ask you this, because we ask all of our guests this, and I'm curious to get your take on this, Jenny. But do you think the world is getting dumber? Have we gotten dumber in the pandemic, or do you think we may get smarter out of this?
Oh, no.
No, we're still dumb. And
No, you have an entire generation of people who will not have gone to school
Yep,
in any real sense.
that's
Sure.
right.
Who
That's
have-
right.
Who have stared at a computer for ad nauseum, who have no social skills.
Yep.
And you're just going to have a whole generation of just really dumb people.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's where.
I think maybe Gen Z is
Gen Z.
the 21 to whatever.
yeah.
They're the last smart group, and everyone before them is just going to be a bunch of fucking idiots.
Yep. There we go.
There it
Because
is.
we got to go back to the beginning of the alphabet. Gen double A.
Yeah.
I do have to keep going.
What
Gen,
is going to be after
Gen
this year?
double A, or start doing
Numbers?
Roman numerals?
But sometimes they just give out names like millennial.
yeah.
Sometimes you'll get a name.
This should
Baby
be the
boomers. They
This
got
should be
a
the
name.
pandemic generation.
Yeah.
The Pandy Gen.
The pandy gen.
Pandy Gen.
I love it. You're not the pandy gen.
No.
You're the
No.
smart Gen.
You're
I
the
am
smart
not.
gen, and I'm
We're
so
employing you to help us in
That's
this
right.
story. We're going to break down one story that we get sent to us from our amazing fans. Dan's going to break it down, and we'll get into.
Let's
how
jump
people
into it
can
right
follow
now.
you.
Okay, you guys ready
I'm
for this?
excited.
Yep.
Here we go. It was sent in by Not That Kind of Doctor at Dr. B Money.
But what kind of a doctor is?
Oh, so
sorry.
a Jill,
Is this a Jill Biden thing?
a
Exactly.
Jill Biden doctor.
He's got a PhD in
At-
being a.
Yeah. Someone asked, "Where's all the outrage to Dr. Kevorkian?"
At Dr. underscore B.
Why don't you
underscore
put that
money.
heat on Dr. Julius Irving,
Yep.
Dr. J?
How about Dr. Phil? Huh?
Thank you.
That guy's not a real doctor.
Is he a real doctor? Dan?
Ready for this?
No.
No. Ready for this headline? Tennessee man went to cemetery to meet date already. All that is a
Dead
that
on
is
arrival.
Okay, I already have a comment about this.
Let's hear it.
I love going to the cemetery. I
For
live
your
right
date?
next to the cemetery. If someone was like, "Do you want to go have a picnic in the Forest Memorial Cemetery?" I'd be like, "You're my soulmate. Let's do this."
Oh my
Okay,
God.
See, Dan?
See, that takes stones to do something like that.
Have you been to that-
Tombstones?
Tombstones. Have you ever been to the
Okay.
Hollywood Forever Cemetery?
I haven't. I haven't been to that one.
It's
supposed to be
cool.
amazing.
Didn't Joe DeRosa do
Joe
a
DeRosa
stand-up
recorded
special
his
in like
special
a
there.
mausoleum in
I
there?
think that is where Rory Scovel proposed. Was
Oh,
that
yeah?
like one of those movie screenings?
Have
You
you
know-
have you been down to the
see?
the cemeteries or the mausoleums, the above ground in New Orleans?
Yeah, there's
Yes.
So yeah, New Orleans.
Those are awesome.
You can't bury anyone in New Orleans because it's water that's like about a
Yeah.
foot or two below the thing. So they're all like above ground. I mean, that famous scene in Easy Rider when he's tripping and freaking out down in the in New Orleans at that thing. It's pretty beautiful.
But like, what goth dating app is where you're like,
She
you-
said
she
she said
liked
she'd
it.
be like,
"You're my soulmate."
Jenny's probably on the goth app.
Are you on the Goth app, Jenny?
It is called the Goth dating app. How do you guys know?
For sure.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
It's called
Full title
darkforces.com.
though. Full title. Tennessee man, or full title, full headline. Tennessee man went to cemetery to meet date. Instead, someone shot at him.
oh,
I mean,
It was me.
Jenny.
I did it.
don't. Also, like, you're in the right place to die, right?
that's a
kind of
moment where you're like,
one-stop.
why couldn't I just get catfished? Like this is way worse
Sure.
than fishing.
Or maybe
this
you
is
did.
hunting.
Yeah, but that sounds still like a catfish.
Yeah, I would agree.
does.
Monroe County,
Yeah.
Hey,
Tennessee.
Dan, I'm I'm binging Parks and Rec right now, and the Jason Mantzoukas' line that my son and I laughed for like 35 seconds, and we had to rewind and watch it 5 times when he's saying, well, there's a guy crying in the corner over there. He's like, don't worry about him. Don't look at him. Just treat him like a foreign man who you just paid $25,000 to hunt. So maybe this is one of those situations, right?
Could be.
Where
Like the
someone's like-
dating app is like
Also a human
the most
hunting
dangerous game, or whatever that little short story was.
Yeah.
Like, you know,
Yeah, the
it's
most
like,
dangerous game.
right? So you pay
Or surviving the game, the Ice-T Classic.
right. So you pay a lot of money to be on this dating app, and they reach out. Half the dating app is like billionaires who want to hunt a human,
Sure.
and the other half of the dating app
Are
are
women
unknowing people
who are like, dude,
meet me in a cemetery.
are you into death stuff?
Right.
And maybe it's one of those things where it's like
Not yet.
shoot
We'll
him,
You're gonna be.
shoot him, and you don't have to dump the body. We'll
Because
just
you're-
roll
that's
him
what I'm
over
saying.
into that hole
You're
over
all
there.
set.
Yeah.
An Eastern Tennessee man apparently was looking for love in all the wrong places.
Oh, my God.
I know. Love good news
Aw.
speak.
Someone take a shot at this.
You think they're hiring over there at the
Exactly.
Tennessee
According-
Center for Comedy Writers?
I always wondered, like, wouldn't it be funny if comedians started writing like local news journalism?
Oh my god,
It would be great.
but made it really funny. And
Yes.
alternative.
We could do it.
According to the Monroe County Sheriff's Office, a Talico Plains man went to a cemetery expecting to meet a date. Instead, a man shot at him, and it shot at him how many times? How many times did a guy try and shoot at him?
Shoot at me once.
Once, and I
Shame on me.
Right. Once is
I'm
like
gonna say
I'm leaving.
4.
No, no.
Dan.
You say 4?
4. Jenny says 4.
I'm gonna say 4.
What based on what? Why do you think it's 4?
Oh, is that my dog? It's like, what's that noise?
Just saying
That's
hello.
just my dog breathing. I would say, okay, so the first time is like,
Okay.
Hey, I'm
whoa.
here.
Yeah. Whoa. What do
Hey.
you want? Yeah.
and then
Yeah.
the second time is like,
Uh
I'm over here. And then the third and fourth time we're like,
oh. Oh my god.
I like you.
Right.
Okay.
Dance for me.
Dance.
I
for
mean,
me,
shooting
bitch.
at your date is the ultimate negging, right?
Yes.
Like,
I mean,
True.
mystery would be like, this is how you're gonna get him.
Wait, but I just imagining him showing
Mystery.
up, and then there's a gunshot that like knocks his hat off his head, and he turns. He's like, "Jenny, pew pew pew. I can't hear you. There's someone is shooting, and I'm trying to talk to you. Pew pew pew."
All right. Jenny says 4. Jason,
Jay,
I'm gonna say 7.
7.
I'm gonna say 12.
Okay. We're going to take a quick break.
Jesus.
When we come back, we will find out which one of you is exactly right.
Oh!
Yeah. We'll be right
Can we
back.
also, did it say what gun was yours?
It will, yes.
We'll
Okay,
get
It
into
will.
it.
Get into
We'll
it.
finish the story and do that when we get back.
Stick around, make it down for more Dumb People Town.
Hey there. The holidays are here, so it's good to know Kroger can save you some time with free pickup on all your fresh favorites. Whether your traditions call for a hearty helping of juicy ham, ample apple pie, or Aunt Sue's legendary twice-stuffed stuffing, Kroger has got you covered. So order for free pickup at Kroger.com or the app and get more time to get your holiday on when you grab your groceries curbside. Kroger, Fresh for everyone. Free pickup on orders of $35 or more. Restrictions may apply.
Support for this podcast comes from CDW and Cisco. Modern modernization today has the products you need to modernize your workplace, like Wi-Fi booster crystals. Let their metaphysical powers enhance connectivity and spiritually awaken your Internet of Things.
At CDW, we get crystals won't modernize your network. You need Cisco Catalyst access points that are Wi-Fi 6 compatible and can help you improve reliability, increase capacity, and reduce latency. Cisco and IT orchestration by CDW. People who get it. Find out more at cdw.com/Cisco.
Hey guys, welcome back to this very special episode, Friday episode of Dumb People Town. How can people follow you on socials? We want people to get on your train, as it were.
I'm on Jenny Zigrino at everything. JENNY ZIGRINO.
What a great
TikTok,
name.
Instagram.
What are you doing on What are you doing on the
follow.
TikToks? Yeah, like what? I'm gonna follow you on.
So the TikTok is a lot of me just repurposing my stand-up.
Same.
but it's great.
And then I've been doing I did a couple sketches earlier in the pandemic when like depression wasn't so sweeping and horrifying. And then today I posted a story which I'll talk to you guys about, which is my dumb story.
Ooh, okay. All right, we'll get
Which
to it for the
also
Patreon.
very related to death and cemetery.
Okay,
Awesome.
good to know.
All right,
So it's so strange that what a coincidence.
I
How
know. What a-
serendipitous.
Death bemes us all.
all right. So when we left, you guys were trying to guess how many times our date got shot at in the cemetery.
I
And
said Jenny said 4, Jay
Jen
said
said
7,
7,
I
and
said
said
12,
12.
and Dan said one of you
is exactly
right.
right.
So now, Jenny, we get to play the game. Who do you think is exactly right? You going to stick with
Okay.
4? Do you think it's Jay's 7, or do you think it's my 12?
I want to stick with 4.
Good.
Okay.
Okay, because the gun I'm imagining
Mhm.
is like an old Western style revolver.
Sure.
Revolver.
Sure.
I'm gonna.
That's what I'm thinking.
I think
Maybe it's
7.
a ghost. Did we ever think that it might be a
It's a
ghost?
ghost.
Okay.
Oh, dude,
Jay
we are
sticks
in a
with himself.
cemetery.
I know.
I said 7.
I say 12. I'm going to stick
stick
with
with
mine.
it?
I
Yeah,
think
we're
it's like
sticking
a-
with our choices.
Okay. Before I give the answer, I want to remind everybody that we are doing the next live Dumb People Town on January 16th with our guest Zach Galifianakis
And music
and
music by John Paul White.
and a Greenlee.
And a green.
And
Things that we found stuck in us from
Right.
last year.
if you join us pre-show, you'll get to be at a live Patreon episode. So you can get a twofer.
These
that
tickets
night.
are going.
It's so fun. We want to fill this one up. The last 4 that we've done have been like magical experiences.
Zach
for
doesn't
everyone.
do a lot of live shows anymore, no matter what the world's like. So for a lot of people who aren't, near Largo,
This is your
This
chance
is your
to
chance
see him
to do the
live.
show.
And he is literally
One
like
of the funniest people ever.
So there are people out there who are just like, this person's funny,
Mm-hmm.
just on this and that. He's one of the funniest people ever in the moment.
And then I'm not sure when this is dropping, but I have bingo on the 30th. Close out the year with me. Raise some money for no-kill shelters, food banks, and Big Brothers Big Sisters, as well as win some prizes for yourself. And on the 2nd, live pen pals. You can start the new year with me and Rory, and a
2021.
lot of fun.
Great
Go
idea.
to danielvankirk.com for all that stuff. Plus, pub game trivia night where you and your team members can play pub game trivia with me. All right, danielvankirk.com for all that fun stuff. Here we go.
How many times was he shot?
He was shot at 7 times.
Oh my God.
Way to go, Jason Scott. And his car was set on fire. Now,
Well, hang on
this
a
is
second.
not a good date.
Jenny, you are not down for that because you got to drive away.
What if
in
at the
that
end,
thing.
he or she is like, I kind of like them.
Yeah.
Like, I know. Like, I don't get me wrong. I see the red flags. Like, I see the red flags.
But,
Yeah,
there,
but-
that is a tension on some level.
Let me be honest. I wouldn't
Here's
take.
the thing.
Go ahead.
Well, was the person ever presented, or it was just bullets coming from nowhere, and then he went to his car and it was on fire?
We got it right here. So the Eastern
By the
Tennessee
way,
Man.
Bullets from Nowhere is my favorite Woody Allen movie.
Ooh, Bullets from Nowhere. They opened
It's
up
great.
for.
It's also a
Portugal
really
the
good
Man.
Bob Dylan album.
And it's
Yes.
also a great U2 song.
Okay. So the victim is our Eastern Tennessee man, our ETM, right?
Uh-huh.
But they caught Keith Brandon McJunkin. That is this person's name. Keith Brandon McJunkin.
Brandon McJunkin.
Sir, you need to say your full name. Can I just go by Keith?
Keith.
No.
Just
What is
call
your
me
last name?
McJunkin.
McJunkin.
Call me McJunkin.
He's straight B McJunkin on.
You think that's German? Is that a German name?
McJunkin is like when they serve like balls at McDonald's.
Some people find themselves in a fraternity. Sometimes the fraternity finds you. This guy was born to be in a frat.
Dude,
McJunkin.
This is a guy who
His initials are even cool. KBM. You can go KBM, or you can just go McJunkin.
Dude,
Obviously, everybody just calls him
McJunkin,
Junkin.
100%.
100% McJunkin.
Jenny, he feels like the guy who's always looking at like shopping in garage sales, and his friends call him McJunkin.
Right. Guys, if we were watching
McJunkin over here.
if we could flash this back 10 or 12 years, whatever it was, and you were watching a game of Vince McMahon's XFL, and on somebody's jersey on the back, it said McJunkin. You would think like, oh, that's another one of those joke name jerseys. Like, nope.
Or he's just got a really gigantic schlong.
Yeah,
Right.
Magic McJunkin.
Keith
My
Brandon
favorite
McJunkin
stupid movie.
was arrested.
Maybe Keith does have a huge schlong.
I mean,
to have the balls to just shoot it somewhere.
And
like
then
that.
light a car on fire. You be McJunkin.
that is big dick energy. Keith Brandon McJunkin was arrested November
you
18th. Go ahead.
What you could say that like this happens again, you got McJunked.
You got
Yes.
McJunked. I want a prank
You got
show.
McJunked,
You
dude.
got McJunked.
She's got a lot of McJunk in her trunk. That's what he's having. Anal sex.
That's my version of the Antiques Roadshow. Jenny's McJunkin in the trunkin. What we got?
What do you got? And then when you don't like it, you light it on fire.
He was arrested. For, that's great. Like, now just so you know, if I don't like this 18th century tapestry,
We're gonna light it on fire.
on fire.
And that's
and
how
take 2 shots at you.
That's how we do
From a
on
distance.
McJunkin. On
If
Jenny's
I don't like
McJunkin.
this figurine that your grandma bought in Nepal, we are going to set it on
We're
fire.
gonna have to McJunk it.
He was charged with theft of a property under $1,000, arson, aggravated assault with a deadly weapon, possession of a firearm, driving on a revoked license. I mean, he's touching all the bases, McJunkin.
Wait, where's the theft though? What did he steal?
According to
Except
the
parts.
Monroe County Deputy Jason Johnson, that's the deputy, the victim said he went to DeHart, where it's all in the DeHart Cemetery, also known as Holly Springs Baptist Church, to meet a woman for a date at around 8:30 p.m. While the victim waited in his 2000 Ford Expedition. Like, you don't need to shade my car. I'm doing the best I can. McJunkin allegedly came out of the woods, which I feel like McJunkin, by some sort of old like elven ritual, has to announce himself when he leaves the woods.
McJunkin. You know how they say like release the Kraken? You release the
McJunkin.
the McJunkin.
Like McJunkin is McGruber's Moriarty, right?
McJunkin.
Yeah.
So when he leaves, he says McJunkin out.
Yes.
Yep.
Listen, babe.
You just got McJunked.
Speaking of Parks and Rec, that's what I was gonna say, babe.
Yeah.
You got McJunkin.
You got
You got
McJunkin.
McJunkin.
Yeah.
McJunkin.
Okay. While the victim waited in his 2000 Ford Expedition, McJunkin allegedly came out of the woods near the cemetery and walked toward the vehicle. The victim said McJunkin leveled what appeared to be a .22 caliber rifle.
Yep.
Fired 3 shots at the driver's side window. The victim said that as he drove away, McJunkin allegedly fired 4 more shots near the rear of the vehicle. The victim then jumped out of the car. You're in the car driving.
That's
Stay
right.
in the car.
Stay in the
Chance
car.
to
This is how
leave.
you get away. No, I want to
He
stick
hates
around.
this car. He hates these cans.
If you want it, McJunkin, you can have it.
More cans.
He said that he jumped out of the car and ran into the woods. He later asked his sister to return to the cemetery to get the vehicle. Leave her out of this.
Exactly.
Sis, can you do me a favor? What do you need? I left my car at DeHart Cemetery. Could you go get it for me?
Can you imagine?
Anything I need to know?
Why'd you do that, brother?
Yeah.
Huh?
It was a date. So it went pretty well. You left your car there, huh? Well,
Were there fireworks?
A lot.
I got fired on.
Yeah. She took her shot and I
I-
didn't like it.
I think that these two things are unrelated. I think McJunkin come out of the woods is unrelated to the date.
Agreed.
I would
I think
agree.
McJunkin is an old Tennessee ghost of a moonshiner.
Yep.
Yes. And
You got an old Tennessee McJunkin.
You got an old Tennessee McJunkin. He defends the cemetery.
Yeah. From dates.
And he just did what ghosts do. And
Yeah,
the
what
girl
ghosts do.
was late. She showed up in a car was on
She
Can you
fire.
imagine being late to the date and you show up watching one person shoot at another person while they
Oh
drive
my
their car
God.
away and then jump out and run?
It's like being Back to the Future, but 10 minutes early.
Here's the deal. So then this guy,
And she comes home and she's like, I told you these apps are terrible.
so this guy
To
goes
her
back
friend
home,
who said, no, get out there.
runs through the woods. He's abandoned his truck at DeHart Cemetery with McJunkin. He gets home or to his sister's house, whatever, and he asks his sister her to return to the cemetery to go get his vehicle. Wouldn't someone have to drive her? Is she supposed to walk?
Yeah.
Here, that's not the point. She goes, then she comes back and tells him that she went there, but the vehicle was on fire.
Yeah.
This is when McJunked said, "You leave me a car, I'm setting it on fire."
That's right.
The woman, this is the sister, I guess, managed to put the blaze out and then drove the vehicle home.
Dude, greatest sister
She's the
ever.
coolest sister ever.
This woman needs a date.
The victim
Wow.
said that a 14-inch subwoofer and a stereo amplifier were missing from the expedition, along with a cell phone and a pouch containing $30 in coins. I was going to make a guess, but I also just felt like it was weird enough to say.
$30 in coins.
And a pouch, which you know was a Crown Royal pouch.
Yeah,
you know
exactly.
it was
Yes.
a Crown Royal
Come on,
pouch.
Dan. A velvet
Look,
pouch.
there's a coin shortage. We all know why.
Yep. It's
'cause of
this
this
guy.
Deputies arrested McJunked the next day. If we have it ready, we're now going to bring up a picture of McJunked for you guys to see,
I'm
and then we're
so
going to guess
excited.
how old is Keith Brandon McJunked.
Brandon.
Okay, here's what he looks like.
He looks like his head is being pressed down by an immovable force.
He looks like he's auditioning to be like a picture in Ripley's Believe It or Not, and they're like, "No, it's not squished enough, buddy."
he's Jim Norton in the Jim Norton story. He
Okay.
looks
I'm
like,
telling you, he's a ghost moonshiner.
That's
Look
right.
at that face.
or he
He-
looks like the guy who's the baseball clown guy who lost all of his teeth before he lost all of his teeth.
Bitter beer taste.
taste.
Bitter
guys.
beer face. By the way, if you want to see what this guy looks like, follow us on Facebook. He'll be
Dumb
up
People
on the
Town Facebook page.
All right, how old do you guys think you're getting to look at him? And you know that can be deceiving, but you can also go with just whatever you feel.
How old is McJunked?
How old is this piece of McJunked? Jenny, you can go
I'm gonna say
first,
32.
second.
32.
I'm gonna say
32.
32.
Okay.
32. That's an interesting. Again, sometimes pictures can be deceiving. I think he's 43. Jay.
43 years old from Randy Sklar.
36.
36. Okay. So Jenny says 32.
I say
You said
43.
40.
Jay says 36.
Jay says 36. We will get out of here on this unless you are a Patreon member, which means you're going to get to hear Jenny tell a dumb story of her own from her own life.
Boop, boop,
So
boop.
join the Patreon if you want to get on that, plus so much more. But I will tell all of you that Keith
McJunked.
Brandon McJunked is 39 years old.
Oh,
Okay.
Jay.
Yes.
Jay gets it.
Way to go,
What's
Jason
up?
Sklar.
2 for 2 in this show. I
I
feel
know.
good about myself.
You should.
I McJunked it.
That is our mini story, my friends.
What great details. And I'm so happy Jenny
it.
Zigrino is here. Follow her. Check out her stand-up. Follow her on all platforms.
Yep. And you know,
my
I say
specials on YouTube, my Comedy Central special.
watch
Ooh.
her Comedy
Free on
Central
YouTube?
special. And
Free.
I always tell you guys this when it's comics that I personally know and love and that are worth it. Whenever you see a comedy club saying, "Hey, who do you want us to have back when this pandemic ends?" Or if you just want to do it over your own, if you're living in Cleveland, hit up Hilarities and say, "When can Jenny Zigrino come back here?"
That's right.
That stuff really matters.
Thank
You
you.
should be going online and
Does.
telling comedy clubs to bring her to your city.
And call out great bits that from her special that you love too, and they always love to hear that as well. So thank you so much, Jenny,
think
for
you're
joining
great,
us on the
Jenny.
show.
Thank you.
And,
This was a lot of fun.
Oh shit, we got to get back to work.
Dum 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 dum. Stick around, make a sound, hunker down. It's Dumb People Town.
Scarpins Avenue.
A podcast network.